I'm about to do something nobody ever does, and that is give actual, real dates to when a technology become ubiquitous. Nobody puts out dates like this because they're afraid to be wrong. When that date comes, you can look back and see what the prediction was. I don't think I'm wrong on these. And the three things that we'll be talking about are AR glasses, when more people will be using them than not using them. Autonomous cars, specifically when you can just get in a car, fall asleep, and it'll take you where you want to go. And kind of personal drone aircraft that you could just have in your driveway and you could fly off. I'll let you know when and if that's going to happen. And if you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. The first one, AR glasses. This one is really personal to me because I've been following it for a long time and I've seen a lot of the developments. I think that this move towards AR glasses is going to be swift and it's going to be pervasive. And I think that once that tipping point hits, if you have a phone, the actual cell phone, it will date you. So my prediction is that they will replace the cell phone. The date for AR glasses is 2028. And it would be a year or two sooner if it wasn't for this chip shortage. But 2028 is when you'll be using your AR glasses for everything. And when you look around, everybody will be using their AR glasses for everything. Mark my words. And I can tell you why. There's too much information coming into our phones. We need a better system that will bring information directly to us and let our brains, our eyes, filter out what we don't need while we're still going on with our day. A lot of people think that it's going to be a mess. They'll be distracted. Sorry, I'm checking my messages. Our brains will adapt to the incoming information and outgoing information. There will be two distinct worlds. One world that you can see with your naked eye, and then when you have glasses, there'll be another world with things just overlaid on it to help your everyday existence. Kind of like in this clip from Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. It's going to be exactly like that. And yes, marketers will screw this up and they will make it pretty messy. So here's what helped me come up with that date. I've seen a lot of work that companies like Vuzix are doing for warehouse workers, doctors, remote servicemen, and giving them tools that they can wear on their face that help them do their jobs much better. And they're making those glasses smaller, more advanced, and working on the miniaturizations of waveguides, the micro LED displays, the battery life, the computing power. All that stuff is getting smaller, faster, and better so that very soon those same people that wear those glasses to work will keep them on and they'll just continue on their day and it'll get adopted that way. It's just going to be an entire new world. So that's what I think for AR glasses. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next up, autonomous cars. So I live in the epicenter of the autonomous car revolution. In Pittsburgh, we have a ton of different car companies that are testing their self-driving cars on our roads. And they're doing it in Pittsburgh because if your self-driving car can drive over our bridges, tunnels, and roads with all the construction, then they literally can drive anywhere. When will the average person walk out their door, get in their car, fall asleep, do work, treat it as an office, living room, whatever you want to do, and then just get driven to their destination? The answer is 2034. The year 2034, more people will be driven around by autonomous cars than be self-driving. So going off my previous point about the AR glasses, we are more distracted than ever. And AR glasses are going to help a little bit, but we're still going to be more and more distracted by the information coming out at us. And we're not going to be able to put that away during driving, and humans are going to become worse and worse drivers. Pair that with the inherent safety of autonomous cars. They can see all around them. They're never distracted. They're never not paying attention. They're following the rules. You pair that with the gap of human drivers becoming worse and worse. It's not going to take long before it's very apparent that the humans are the problems behind the wheels, not the machines. And once that happens, a lot of insurance regulation will be laid down on the drivers that want to drive themselves. It'll go through the roof because they're going to be the problem. But the system only works at 100% is if all cars are driven by machines because the predictability of what that machine is going to do will be the same, and they'll understand each other. When you mix a human in there, everything's going to be thrown off. So it will not be long before it's all self-driven and cars become extremely safe. There's also strong headwinds. They're fighting a lot of big industries that you might not have thought about. So in the US last year, there were over 6 million car accidents. I think it was about 40,000 or so fatalities, making it the leading cause of death in the country. Of those 6 million accidents, each one of those, fuels certain industries like hospitals, doctors, surgeons, orthopedics, physical therapy. They do lawyers. Everybody's got to lawyer up. Car dealerships, so you got to buy new cars, got to buy used cars. Mental health professionals to deal with kind of the stress of getting in an accident. Way more than that as well. All kind of amassed around those 6 million accidents a year. And if they're gone, that's going to take a hit. But if we can save people's lives by becoming safer drivers, those industries will have to adapt, because it's something that I think we should do. I'm not saying I don't want to drive my car or even motorcycle. I actually love it. I'm just saying that I have no doubt right now that a machine could drive my car better than I could any day. So 12 years seems like a long time, but it's not going to sneak up on you. There's already, I'm sure you've seen, I did a video on the robots are taking over. There's robot cutting your lawn, there's delivery robots, there's long haul truckers, there's some Ubers in certain places that are self-driving now. It's not the technology that's going to take 12 years. It's the adoption, it's that whole insurance thing, and it's all these other industries. It's close, but it is going to take a while to get over all those other hurdles. Let me know what you think about that prediction in the comments as well. The last major prediction is about personal flying machines. Flying cars, if you will, or whatever people thought they were going to be. And I think drones got everybody excited about this potential. And this one is probably the easiest to predict. People will have access to their own personal flying machine in 2020, never. This one is just too dangerous. There are great motors, but the ones that you're seeing with these little quad motors, when they work, but when the engine or battery, something fries, they drop out of the sky, and there's just no way to stop that or to be safe about it. These things are just too dangerous. Trust me, I know. I came in 6th at the Red Bull Flugtag in Pittsburgh. Building a flying machine is hard. Also, we don't want the average person getting in a car and flying up in the skies. Roads are one thing. 3-dimensional space, private property, all this type of stuff. It's just too hard to navigate, and the average person shouldn't be doing it. That's actually why there are pilots. Have you ever met pilots? They're some of the most organized, detail-oriented people that I know, and the bar should be set that high. It should be a special achievement to be able to go off into the wild blue yonder, because the stakes are just too high for the average person to mess up when they're in the sky. That being said, I have no doubt there will be freight that is flown autonomously or with these machines. As a matter of fact, I know people that are working on this right now for the military, and they're going to move equipment. Will that carry over into like an Amazon or something like that? Probably. I think it's a way less riskier to move packages than it is to move people. And that's why I think we are just as close to having our own personal flying machine now as it was when you first saw the jetpack in the 60s or 70s and you thought everybody was going to be flying around in jetpacks. That is not the case. It's not what's going to happen. There will be still a few people that have them, but the majority of people will not have a personal flying machine ever. So those are the 3 predictions that I make. If you agree with me, that's great. It's going to be out there forever. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong now, tell me in the comments why you think I'm wrong. But if you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments. I love to read them. And I'll make more of them for everybody to enjoy. I appreciate it. Thanks.